Greetings. This is Riuna the half-elf YouTuber, as I started to call myself. Coming to you with another reaction to Critical Role Campaign 3, tonight's episode 13, which, as I've started to do, will be record as I watch it live. Excuse the stutter. Disclaimer, of course, I do not know nor am I associated with Critical Role beyond the fact that I am a fan. And I have some expectations about wondering about what might. I have some curiosity what might happen tonight. What I do know is that there should be going to the ball. Know that they should. Boy, I love the definite maybes. Anyway, they all dressed up. They're in their somewhat not as expensive party clothes, which they could easily bought by themselves. They could have easily done without, because apparently Esteros already had some. But they were off to the ball. Well, everything goes planned and stuff. Will there be an attack? So, because I got a feeling he has something else in surprise. Matt has something else in surprise. Or will the stuff just be for their part as part of their plan? Once things don't go as planned, of course. Is that the Raven Queen? I think so. I will be watching this live mainly so I can make an occasional comment in the chat. And including promoting my name for their adventuring group, which I will keep calling them until they actually pick a name. Same. Yeah, so what I said. Well, now, let's see what this this night of festivities holds for the bell trollers, as we get into tonight's episode of. Messed up the time there, but Critical Role.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Indeed. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through, including the first of our two sponsors. God help me. NordVPN.
Oh, God.
Travis?
It has returned.
Number 2. Our set has been infected by the sickest virus in the Nordverse. Cyber war has begun. We need Black Willow 69.
But Morpheus, he was sliced. His hacker spirit turned into a gleaming cube of cake, which I ate.
Which is why you must meditate on how to restore him. Focus your gigabytes on hacking the answer. I will give you my power glove to aid you.
Master, I am not ready to wield such a weapon.
You've always been ready. Now go. Make me 00110010011101011110.
That's binary. We're proud.
Is it? That seems a little short for binary.
Black Willow 69, I don't know if you can hear me, but we need you. Okay, fine. I need you. This whole thing is fragged. I just feel so helpless, so alone. But I guess in a way, we're all alone on the internet, clicking away the hours, hoping we'll get enough likes to be happy, scrolling for something honest, searching for meaning. But you made me
'cause that's
believe
always
that despite
purpose
its
we've always
fault, the
been
World
on.
Wide Web can make our lives
Hey, if
better.
you're one of the dudes you're watching,
You're my hero. And maybe that's why I hate you. Because you were real. You gave me hope. Black Willow, you were the best of the web. And now I know it was all a lie. Trolls like SETI will always make the internet a garbage place. They insult you, flame you, they meme you all for the lulz. And now, just like pets.com, you're just gone. Maybe I should just unplug, deboot, and log off.
No, number 2. There is always hope on the internet.
Black Willow 69? Are you a ghost?
A digital copy of myself. A disk image written on your brain mainframe, projected from the Power Glove's revolutionary haptics.
Then we can use your knowledge to defeat SETI.
Affirmatron. I contain a powerful rootkit of the original software code for NordVPN. Providers of the highest quality encryption for your internet traffic and hides your IP and physical location.
With more than 5,400 servers in 59 countries, it's easy to get better speed and protection with one simple click. And it's available on every major platform, including
And
Windows,
the
iOS,
has
Android,
become-
and Linux. Go to nordvpn.com/criticalrole or use
I'll be
code
nice and not
Critical
say
Role
what I was
to get
gonna
a
say.
2-year plan plus a bonus gift with a huge discount.
However, to use it, you must jack me in.
Great. I'll get Morpheus, a motherboard, a 10-pin adapter. Screw it. An 11-pin adapter.
No, only you can bring me back.
Me? But how?
Elite Haxor once said, "A name is earned." The same is true for you.
My name? Travis?
Your hacker handle.
Number 2?
Think about it.
Bring you back.
oh
I
no!
have to earn the name Number 2?
It's a little gross.
Wait, you mean the only way to hack the set, to save the planet, is by
God.
pooping you out of my body?
I guess we'll find out the next time NordVPN sponsors the
I-
show.
I
Matt, hack to
Nord,
you.
I'm a little. I'm kind of
hate
to
this
ask
place.
you not to sponsor them. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Travis and Sam, can I use that monologue at my next audition?
Just pay some royalties, it'll be fine.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, NordVPN, for feeding this man's
Madness.
unstoppable appetite for insanity. I don't know what to do anymore.
We'll go back.
Come back in. Get back. Come on.
We have normalcy.
All right. Our second sponsor tonight is Ghostfire Gaming and their new campaign in partnership with Eldermancy, Sunken Isles. Now, Sunken Isles is a unique adventure that allows the party to choose between 2 or more adventures every week, and each choice will leave players with either a reward or a consequence. The adventure begins with the introduction of a volcanic spirit, an undead dwarven king, a bloated pirate captain, and an ancient being, and the roaming creator of the Isles. Each of these forces immediately sets out with their own plans, and it's up to you and your party to forge new alliances to fight back against their armies. Check out everything now at sunkenisles.com, and thank you so much for supporting the show. It's hard to follow such fine, visceral black box theater like that, but you can put,
Especially like how you linked up with the 5400.
putting that BA to good use. Liam, you got some announcements to talk about?
Oh boy, it's time for comic book news. Our library is growing. Our recently announced collections are available now for pre-order soon. The Tales of Exandria to start, The Bright Queen. The Tales of Exandria, The Bright Queen releases June 14th, which collects the entire 4-issue miniseries into one beautiful book. Then the Assholes in Vox Machina Origins Volume 3 releases July 18th, which collects Vox Machina Origins Series 3, Volumes 1 through 6. I'm chopping invisible onions. Recently announced, the Mighty Nine Origins graphic novels. Mighty Nine Origins, Forged Stone. The Hot Green Man himself on July 13th, and then Not the Brave on August 24th. So we have books coming hot and heavy. To get the most up-to-date information, check out our
I have
article
one
at
of the origins here somewhere.
prickle.com/Dark Horse Guide.
I don't have one.
No,
That was a really good monologue too.
but it fits with the table, so.
There was drama.
Origin
Awesome.
things.
Laura,
I think
you got that thing to talk about.
You guys, we got a shirt.
We got a shirt.
But this shirt is inspired by Critter Hug. Yeah, and we wanted to make a Critter Love shirt.
Oh, that's really nice.
So it's a shirt for Chris. Chris is a big
What?
bear hug.
Bear hug?
Even a hug, Dion.
That's so cute.
So yeah, I think it's really great. It's available now. Check it out.
Sweet little bear.
I'm gonna want one.
Is he sleeping?
Yeah,
Well, he's so happy.
Cuddling.
He's
Taking a bear nap.
he had a big meal.
Yeah.
No, he's just like, food, baby.
Been there. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Travis.
Oh yes, guys!
Oh, wait.
Episodes 1 through 6 of The Legend of Vox Machina are out now on Prime Video. You've seen
I'll
them.
try to record
1 through 6.
tonight.
You're
Again.
halfway done. Episodes 7, 8, and 9 release at 12 a.m. Pacific on February 11th. That's midnight tonight.
You're not gonna want to miss this.
I'm gonna start
Baz.
I know you guys are stoked.
We're gonna
as
start
we
trying to
are.
record
It only builds. And the next watch party is Tuesday, February 15th at 7 p.m. Pacific on our CO Twitch channel. Join us.
Yay!
Perfect. Thank you, Travis.
Okay.
And with that, I think we are done with our announcements for the evening. So let us go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll. It's Thursday night. All you critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic in this. Who knows what will happen?
We run. But one thing's for sure, we'll never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal.
Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your
breath and
roll. It's Thursday night.
right.
All you
Yeah.
critters, come join us. It's
It's
time
hard
to
to continue.
There is magic
To
and
the
mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday
night. Ooh, I'm getting better at it. Remembering the lyrics, I make no comments about my singing voice.
And welcome back. So,
Fun fact, I don't actually watch
last we
my
left
own
off, a group of heroes
reactions
had,
because I hate to
after
sound my own
undergoing
voice.
numerous investigations of their own, encountering some dangers and some curious, mysterious figures, they found themselves invited alongside their patron, Lord Eshtaros, to a masquerade ball transpiring at the Quorum Chambers, the Shande Quorum Chambers. This presented an opportunity to, one, seek out some possible bits of information that were important to Eshtaros's disinterest in the current ruling class of the city, and specifically to plant a replica of Armand Treshy's ring onto his hand to replace the one he always wears in his thumb, that can be used then to track his whereabouts after the party. As to how you did that, well, you've proven to be somewhat creative and capable. That is being left to you. So, after purchasing some fancy outfits, crafting or receiving unique masks, you were divided into 2 troops that were set on their path via carriage to the top of the core spire. So, after you've begun to crest around the sunset time of day,
I think someone just in the chat said that in
oranges
England.
purples and golds that begin to spread across the rock and stone domed structure. This massive event hall. You pull up in your separate carriages and watch as the rest of the invitees begin to, or have been, emerging from their respective carriages, carts, or just walking from their neighborhoods to the space. They begin to step along the long carpet, through the large golden arches into the interior. However, you are still within your carriages with a few moments to figure out your final plotting and interest. So,
Everyone dies. No, that wasn't the plan.
Us or them.
So we've got to figure out. Oh, we're in separate carriages. Are we in separate carriages? So we can't talk to the people.
you are in separate carriages.
And the groups were Dorian, Fern, Orm, and who was our 4th?
Me.
You.
Okay, yeah. And then Ashton, F.C.G, Laudna, Shetney.
Dorian, Fern.
Group Eshros.
So our goal. First, we need to read Armand, get an idea of what his
Predilections.
desires are, right?
Yes. Yes.
And try to distract him in that way. Maybe F.C.G will be able to be like a good distraction in the room. I'm not sure. Are we gonna try to slip the ring off of his hand through?
That sounds so hard.
Don't you steal things all the time?
I do, but it feels so different when it's on somebody and then you have to also put it back on.
Right.
The other one.
I mean,
They've got the most nerves. They're
Yeah, 'cause
sensitive.
I
the
do
first
have.
thing-
What if it's...
I mean, I have this, you know, and I'm gonna just pick up. I don't know what the fuck. Are you wearing a mask or some shit? Is it next to you? I'm gonna pick up the mask next to you, and lift it up and drift it over to you.
Oh.
I could try to use telekinesis and pull it off of his hand. Now, if I can do that, maybe somebody else could say it fell, and you could pick it up for him and hand him the decoy.
That I can do. Swap one for the other without him noticing. I think I can do that.
Can you do it without gesturing at him, or is it obvious?
Yeah, it's completely. You're not here, but I assume you can hear me through the window talking. Yes.
He wears it all the time.
He wears
what
it all
if
the
it's
time.
snug, though? I mean,
That's a possibility. I assume at least Master Faramore, had dressers at. So all of his jewelry was removed every single night, the same way that
that's a maybe. Estros says he has it on all the time.
But Master Faramore would put on the same rings. He had crests and everything that he would put back on every day to show who he was. I don't know.
It's the most dicey part of the mission, so I think that no matter where we do it, we should try to get him somewhere away from the main party if possible.
Potentially, yeah. The more distracted he is, the easier it'll be to pull something off of him for sure.
Whatever we do, can we figure out what he likes and show him a good time for a while?
Definitely.
Give him a
Lure
couple
him into our
glasses.
trust, yes.
Yeah, and cups.
See what can distract. Any kind of big distraction, we may be able to pull it off of his hand.
We could always try, what the fuck is that about?
Is anybody wearing rings right now? Oh, that would work.
Yeah,
Is anybody wearing jewelry? Are you wearing rings?
I borrowed these from Estros.
Here, I'm gonna try to use my my mage hand.
Let me get one that's tighter. All right. I'm gonna really put it on my thumb.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm gonna try to use telekinesis to pull it off of his thumb and see if it works.
Okay.
Was that obscene? Sorry.
If you don't mind, go ahead and make a charisma check for me.
Charisma?
Let's go. First roll of the night. Come on.
As it is
set
the
us up.
basis of your arcane power and your innate capability, just roll d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Jesus. Indicator of things.
Tonight.
17.
17.
Nacho cheese.
It's pretty snug on there for a piece of jewelry that's been placed, freshly. So it doesn't have necessarily the tightness of a piece of ring or a bracelet that has been held for an extended period of time where the body begins to shape its way around it. But as snug as you have placed it upon yourself, you feel it begin to pull gently on the finger before it does eventually come loose and come off, not in a way that you wouldn't be aware of.
Didn't notice, yeah.
It works.
I definitely felt that. But maybe it was because I was anticipating
If you're,
it.
wait, are they in the catch yet? Because if they're not,
Worst case scenario,
they might have to drug this guy,
I
get him
could
to
pull it
pass
off
out.
the thumb and drop it to the ground. If you could pick
helping
it up
him,
really fast, you'd be able to
cooperate.
switch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any experience with this, but I believe that this kind of thing works when you're getting smacked from the side when there's like you're being distracted.
already feeling
so
something
maybe
else?
if you want to go with this, I'm a little iffy on it, but if you want to go with it, maybe if
Actually,
somebody can check him
that's
pretty
a good-
hard
you know,
at
that's
the
a big
same
idea.
moment,
If they
you're
drug
less
him,
likely to
drug him
notice.
because you're
And then you can pick it up
Yeah, they
and
could
hand
even
it back
claim
to him.
helping him because
I could check
that's
him
what
for
I'm
sure.
saying.
I
Help
could
to
just
help
trip on my hooves.
because
and-
SGG is an
fall
actual
into
steel
it.
block.
Yes, let's use it.
A living steel block.
But just in all honesty,
like sort of like
Halfway through, I was
different
like,
positions.
the plan is just falling into it.
You know what they do? They just
have you ever, in your entire life, been bumped so hard your ring fell off? An honest question.
Your entire life.
nope.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to throw a monkey wrench in the bumping plan. I
I
promise.
have thrown my hands wildly enough that one came off.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll work on it. We'll workshop. We'll workshop.
You know, it's starting to come loose.
I mean, it was a big ring, if I'm being honest.
It was a
It
little
was a
big
little
on you?
loose anyway, but
Yeah, thumbs are weird because it's a big
Yeah.
knuckle and.
I mean, and if he does wear it 24/7, that doesn't happen here in Exandria, does it?
22/6.
There are 24 hours a day. There are 7 days a week. It's the months in the calendar.
Okay,
like it's
okay,
really
okay,
weird. It's just much easier to keep track of it that way. I didn't want to make you guys hate me that much. There are 11.
Oh, see, I knew there was something.
325 days.
Regardless, continue.
It's an option. I don't know. I mean, these two are really charming. Really charming. So
Are you pointing at me? Thank
no,
you so much.
I mean, you're great.
No,
but
I get it.
I stepped in it now.
If the goal is to distract and to charm, I think that could be our job.
Certainly.
You.
I mean,
I can lie really good though. I swear.
I feel like that. I know. I'm wondering if Imogen should be your date.
No. You should definitely be his date.
Because I feel like
If you don't
weirdly.
if you don't want to be my date, that's fine. It doesn't.
No, I would love to. I absolutely would love to.
Sure.
I'm better at background.
I realize I'm not as good at lying as I thought. Which is weird because I do it all the time. Because when you remember yours was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe you can just persuade him. What's your persuasion?
I can persuade.
Yeah, you just
Anybody
persuade
into
him. You don't
anything.
have to lie. Just be really charming.
Can you flirt him into taking that ring off so you can give him a hand massage, a palm reading?
I can certainly try. Yes.
Well, then I should be the solo noble then. And it's not because my feelings are hurt because you don't want to go on a date with
No,
me.
I
It's fine.
do.
Yeah,
I
it's okay.
absolutely do.
If you're going to flirt with him, it would be strange if you were my partner for the ball.
Unless
Oh.
you guys went that way.
That's true. Maybe that's why I'm there.
Why you're there?
I'm standing right next to you. Isn't that weird?
Because maybe
If you're on a date,
we're all dating together.
maybe I'm security. Is that? I don't know.
It sounds
Can't
good to
predict
me,
everything.
but
Can't predict everything.
it's more up to you.
You guys gotta
I
both be
understand
there
what Lauren said.
because with Imogen's input.
What is this plan about? I like it.
That's one way to work your way to level 6, I guess.
You done fucked y'all up.
But
I understand what you're
at
saying.
least the two of you sidle up to this guy, and right?
Because it could be a, it
And then
could be a thing.
And
don't
then
know his
Imogen
proclivities, his
tilts it
tastes.
left or right.
Exactly, and I'll be able to tell you. But maybe I could be, your how well, I guess the men at the court, they have like a maid, like to carry things and to help you with your clothing and to bring you drinks or take care of you and fan you.
Ooh.
Does that make you feel
It
weird?
feels a bit dated, a little passé maybe. But this is getting very complicated. I think we've lost sight of the goal.
Okay. We're on a date.
Yes. Not a date, you are my plus one. And you are my entourage.
Okay.
Staff.
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Is this hurting your feelings now?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Sure.
You don't seem okay.
It's the and
Next thing is that southern bless your heart.
That's so sweet. No, I'm fine. I'm staying.
All right.
This is gonna go well.
It's gonna go great.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Good.
Meanwhile, in the other carriage, Esteros is looking over, kind of like, you seem like you've come together as a solid team. With strong sense of planning and teamwork.
The other carriage definitely has this in hand.
They know exactly what they're doing.
You're confident in their capabilities.
Yes. I just hope that they very much realize that they probably have to get Armand to take the ring off willingly himself. Because that was a thing that we talked about last night. So I'm sure that they...
Flying rats!
I'm sure they've already got a dozen different ways to get him to do that.
Get him to take- I mean, there's so
including
many
just
ways.
like maybe trying to show off the phenomenal telekinetic power of like how an object that he knows couldn't have like been tampered with can float in the air and maybe
A magic trick
fly
to
out
turn off?
towards.
Yeah, that would be good
towards,
and simple.
You know,
Fern
fall on
could
the
give
floor
him,
and then-
a nice palm reading or something. Or Dorian could just compare jewelry with, with Armand or
Yeah,
something.
these are
about it,
extremely simple plans.
Right.
Yeah.
they've thought about it. They figured that out.
Absolutely.
That's the same plan.
But better.
Same-ish.
For our team, we're going to be, our mission is to sort of work the perimeter and try to hear whispers and try to figure out like who might be in the Shande Quorum, who might be, what was the fellow who is the 9th member of the quorum?
The face speaks for them.
Be
Gavis Aranda.
Aranda.
So we're trying to get FaceTime with that fella?
Them and perhaps anybody else that seems to have strong connections there and about. Now, these events are rife with agreements, promises, rumors, all sorts of petty encounters. So, keeping your ears and eyes open. When an opportunity presents itself to push.
Wait, like gossip? Push a little drama?
If it seems like it is befitting of our goals, yes, but also not to be too much of a spectacle either, as you are all here as my guests,
Actually,
and are unknown figures within these circles.
That's a very good question. Who are we to you?
The papers that I have brought upon and the preparation I've done assigns you as personal guards of mine.
I can work with that.
hell yeah.
And Lord Esteros,
Yes.
some of us have the ability to communicate either telepathically or at a distance with creepy whispers. Do you have? I don't really know your skill set other than you're a badass and kind of rich. Like, do you have any way of signaling us silently or anything, or any magic at your disposal?
I am not a practitioner of the arcane arts, but I'm a, well, somewhat aged, capable master of the martial. It grabs his heavy cane off to the side, and you remember a number of you taking some heavy wallets from it in the past, and kind of smacks it on the ground a bit, and it gives this reverberating ring as it impacts. Just
Mysterious, badass, rich. It's like Owlbear Man. I mean, if you think about it, it's basically Owlbear.
Great
Man.
callback.
Those stories.
Because it is
It's
most
my favorite scribbling book.
Okay, it's a great.
Owlbear Man does not exist. It is a folktale. A way to scare children on the outskirts of rural villages.
And criminals.
And criminals.
Such a thing does not exist.
But I thought he was a kind of criminal himself, right? Which makes him cool.
Yeah,
He's like a
it's on
vigilante.
both sides. I mean, like, growing up, clearly,
Just to
growing
be
up.
clear, if we come across Gavis Aranda, do you want some FaceTime with the face? Or are we just supposed to? This is for F.C.G's sake.
Oh.
If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I am not as practiced or nuanced when it comes to social engagements. A number of these individuals, I am keeping all of my emotions in check to not dick them in the jar. So I'm certain I will likely be approached. There will be propositions or engagements in the intent of making alliances, and that immediately, to me, sets my nerves on end.
Understood. And we're supposed to detect the unspoken members of the Chande Quorum, but with this Gavis Aranda, if we do somehow come across him and strike up conversation, is there anything you want us to push other than my detailing chisel into his neck?
I would not raise any weapons against
Oh, don't worry. I
Gavis.
won't have it in my hand. I'm going to tuck it back.
I think what he's trying to say is if you want anybody to just suddenly become punched, we all excel at that quite a bit.
Let's see how the evening progresses.
Putting the option out
I have a list I'm keeping in my head.
Very exciting.
And let us be honest,
Yes, if it
as
goes
the
no
evening
second,
continues
easy
and
opportunity
drinks
to
are had,
deck
there
him.
may be a few opportunities to
Yes, that's the
suddenly
list.
take a few individuals down a peg or three.
You just skipped past the second peg. That's amazing.
If you hit hard enough, you might skip the fourth.
Do you allow us to negotiate on your behalf?
Depends on what you're negotiating. What do you have in mind?
I'll take that as a yes. Don't worry, your business can only thrive.
No business negotiations.
Fair
If
enough.
there is
Understood.
No one would believe him anyway.
Say the
I'm
word,
worried
let's
about
go.
it.
very well.
Chet,
Yes.
give me that spare chisel. I'll put it in my hair.
You want the long one, like the one with the file on it, or the teeny tiny?
Do the one with the file. I think it'll go good in my hair.
You got it.
Now, while you will be my personal guard, you are capable of wearing any subtle armor that you may have, leathers and such, simple metals or breastplates. None of you seem to be those who partake in such elements, and you are a piece of metal in your own
Natural
right.
armor, yeah.
Yes, so we should be all right. Weaponry will be another endeavor entirely.
Do you think they'll make me leave my backpack?
Your backpack should likely stay within the carriage. So whatever you wish to take with you, take it now.
Attachments.
Can you put?
Do they fit? Have you ever tried putting them in your mouth?
Oh yeah, what's inside of you?
I've never looked.
Did you have a don't mean to be indelicate, like a hatch?
My mouth and gullet are my hatch,
Oh, okay.
and we've established that I can hold at least a bottle of wine worth of liquid. So that I feel like there's like a cylinder.
Can I get up and take a look?
Sure.
I just like jump up on his shoulders and like, open your mouth.
Thank you.
Make a perception check.
Yeah, natural 18 for a 19.
19. Glancing down within the gullet of fresh cut grass, you see beyond like the pinch of the throat, there does appear to be kind of an empty chamber within, lightless as it is. It has like, it looks almost like shelf portions that you immediately surmise is where the exterior of the torso kind of pushes inward. Yeah, it just looks to be essentially a containment unit. It's like a small cubby.
That's like got available space or packed and cramped with machinery and stuff.
No,
Just
it's open.
It's amazing.
It's a built-in
There's a
glove
face
box.
in there screaming, "Release me!" We could totally store some stuff inside you. You just have to it down, and we'll be set.
Sure. Is there anything that you want me to sneak in? What is that?
This is a mid-sized wood chisel, good for detailing and edging. Open wide, slow or fast.
I think slow.
You know, he's gonna lose that.
Have to act it out.
Any metal,
You're right.
any metal that goes in there,
You're asking me.
Relax.
thing.
Relax the throat. Relax the throat.
Wow. Boy. Hey, look, it's there. We went there.
Yeah.
I've been there a while.
You hear it ting, 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 on the inside.
Oh, shit. Now, if I shake you a little, does it rattle unnecessarily?
A little bit.
Okay. But to get that fixed later. Ow.
Oh, nice.
Well, you know, with any luck, it won't dissolve and get just turned into more spare parts.
It's true.
I just got
true.
that chisel. Is that a possibility?
That's true.
Son of a bitch.
If my
Yeah,
body
you forgot about that.
may reclaim it if it's a precious enough
It
metal.
would be a welcome donation to your person. Besides, I desire to negotiate with Tua once again.
So, our side's ready to go. We're ready. We know exactly what we're doing, right?
What are you to do with your weapon? It is a bit challenging to hide.
So there's a check, right?
There is, yes.
All right. I've also
I'm always armed.
I've kind of painted. I put some like bullshit on it to make it look old and drab and like a piece of shit. So it does not look. It looks like filth at the moment. I'll check it. Think I can get in with a dagger?
If you hide it well enough, you will be searched upon entry.
Butt cheeks. You like have to waddle a little bit, but with a little practice, it looks pretty normal. Just
Pants
keep
are pretty.
your heels
These
together.
pants are really tight. I don't. You know, I'm sure I can scrounge up something if it comes to it.
Very well.
If I was going first,
The style
if things go south, head for the dinner utensils.
We're approaching soon. 2 carriages until we
Steak
exit.
knives
Get your masks
can
at the
be
ready.
used, can work.
I hate these things.
Just in case. Also, just don't use my name while we're in there.
Oh
Shit.
Okay. What should we call you? Was it Aaron?
That one I
your-
messed.
that
I
was your nom de guerre?
I think I can hold up with Bennett. I was trying a few things out. Bennett might be a better.
Bennett.
Bennett. Unless Aaron's easier for you. I don't know.
We should really just pick one.
Aaron is close to Ashton.
Yeah, I was just
But maybe
worried
that's
you might.
bad. I
Maybe
don't
that's
know.
bad. That's why I was like.
Let's go.
We'll see what comes out.
Hey, you will work too. Just cause.
Aaron or Bennett?
Just cause. Yeah, I don't. Getting recognized. You never know who's in here.
The name should strike fear upon, hearing it. They should call him Growler or something.
Mr. also fixes a face mask on as he ties it behind.
It's not a mask up?
It's pressed like a dark leather. It looks
Yeah,
almost like a heavy,
your
almost
mask.
oni brow with these horns that curve up.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
Got my mask ready.
god!
What? It's my human
My
skin mask.
god!
This detail up at the top is amazing. The whole thing is amazing. Even the mustache on a fake head is already coming off. Oh my god.
Wow. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Yes!
I think it's beautiful.
It's a statement.
I think I sent a shirt to the
That's
them.
fine. He wasn't going to say
That's
that.
No.
It was
He's
that
distracted.
may actually be a little horrifying
What were you
because of the actual 3 dimension. No.
Here.
That's always nice.
What his mask looks like.
It was sort of an
I was
evolution of
describing the
the
mask.
acceptance shirt.
I did. I described it. So that it looks like a heavy browed, leather kind of oni mask with horns curled on the side. Just kind of covers the bulk of the top of the face. He puts it on and wipes his fingers. Goes like,
I hate they've introduced this. Masked events like this were introduced by foreign dignitaries and have become favored for the anonymity it presides in certain spaces. Makes people feel more bold in their interests.
Just out of curiosity, last question. No one would ever make, like, a play on your life or anything. You don't need one of us to hang by your hip just to watch your six, do you?
There's a reason you are my personal guard.
Oh.
I can probably handle myself, but as long as I have one of you by my side.
I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess if you need anything or you're in an awkward conversation, maybe like tap twice or something with your cane, and then we'll know that you need us.
You'll know.
Or you could just shout. Yeah, that's fine too.
Or throw the assailant.
Are we all your personal guards?
You are not in his carriage.
Are we? No,
you
above board?
We're not.
So no, you are his.
We have no connection to him. We don't know him.
But once you're in the party, you could likely kind of mingle and.
You're a whole separate
We're a whole
platter.
separate thing. Okay, that's right.
So,
last second pitch before we go in.
No.
No, just. Oh wow! Thanks for the confidence. I'll be the serving man. Let me hold the ring. I mean, I am a halfling. You two lay it on thick. And just keep his eyes off me. You hand me the ring and keep him busy, and then I can just. I'm short.
Yeah.
I'm out of the way.
Yeah.
I'll
The
switch it
door.
behind the back.
The thing is not Joker's Halls, right?
He can carry you.
Potatoes. Potatoes.
It's like an oncoming train.
All on you, Oren. That's putting it all on you.
No,
That's like
it's putting none of it on me. It's all on
Any
them.
of you watching
They just have to keep
knows
his
what I'm
face
knows what
occupied.
I'm quoting.
I don't
I
have
thought
to be-
Dorian was handling the
No,
sleight of
no,
hand of
so
like the
that's not
switcheroo, but
Not
no,
if
you're
he's
handling
rubbing
the
his hand.
switcheroo?
There is no one more capable
Please
or
comment.
qualified to hold on to this than
I want to see
and
how
I'll give
many
him,
people
I'll give him
know.
the tracking. Is it tracking ring? Track?
Yes. Yeah, like the decoy ring.
I'm just holding the thing. It's on them. If he's not looking at me, I don't have to be slick.
The carriage has come to a stop and the door opens up and you can see the steps below, and there is an attendant there at the ready, dressed in a fine kind of billowing blouse-like presentation. They do not make eye contact, just enter and kind of
If
give
at
a
this
nod,
point,
and their
for things
hand
like this that you would really
addresses
wish
the interior
were-
members of the event to exit
you had
and
a
become part of it.
Eldritch Knight.
Walks right in.
Similar experience on your end as you are the next to pursue. Comes to a stop as the sill goats kind of get restless at the front. The door opens and Esteros kind of gives you all a look before nodding and exits for you to follow suit.
Eagle's moving.
Stepping out, you can see a long, beautiful, like deep navy blue, rich carpet that extends from the very edge of the stone road out here that just stretches onward towards the large golden arches that kind of rise up and then billow out into a large circle. And within you can see the warm light that just kind of gives this inviting atmosphere within. You can see the beautiful chandeliers of glass and crystal, multiple of them just barely visible already across the large dome ceiling within. And you can see the hundreds and hundreds of feet of colored glass. You're not quite sure if it's just shapes or if there's a presentation of actual art or scene involved from this perspective, but already it looks beautiful, ostentatious almost. You can see other well-dressed individuals that are making their way within, holding arm in arm, not paying much attention to you yet, but as you get closer and closer, you do see that there is, to the right, like a clerical desk, looks to be a storage chamber, and a number of really well-adorned, like more than any wardens you've ever experienced. They wear the same, elements of their armor that gives you the connotation that they are wardens, but their station is well decorated, and there are like extremely well worn cloaks on their back with beautiful trim. You can see there are decorative designs to their mantles and shoulder armor, definitely giving a show of station or at least proximity to the chambers. You watch as people enter and they kind of give a look around. They inspect within any sort of containment pouches or any pockets, coats, as they're making a entrance. And you can watch as people are kind of flagged through properly. They head inside and are announced shortly thereafter by somebody who begins shouting the various names of entrance. The first troop.
I see an answer.
Yours heading to the check-in. As you get close, you can see there's a clerk right there. This elven fellow looks to be, probably what would be the human equivalent of in his late 30s. Kind of receding hairline with a very tight ponytail that drifts down to about his mid-back. He's wearing a nice vest and big billowy sleeves, and he has a large leather book in front and is in the process of kind of like accepting papers and invitations and setting them into a placement and marking everything. He looks up towards your troop and goes,
right, what is your name? Oh, this is my entourage. This is Fern Calloway.
Yes, hello, very nice to
And
Calloway.
I believe it should be under my name.
Oh, and what is your name?
Bronte, the second son, Wyvern Wind.
Bronte, second son, Wyvern Wind. Oh, that was a last minute edition. Very well. Well, notify the doorman of your name and preferred means of introduction, and do you have anything to check in? Any?
No, thank you.
Looks over to the guards, and the guards begin to do kind of a walk around. Now, what is on you, and essentially what are you leaving behind, and what do you have on you?
Orm has got his shield like ceremoniously attached to his back, and he has a sheathed dagger wrapped to the inside of his inner thigh in the pants.
Okay.
Dorian cannot carry a giant lute with a scimitar on the back or a hand axe. But if you were to look, in his belt, he has a very long, slim rapier that has been very recently decorated with some jewelry to make it look sort of bombastic and like a ceremonial piece. But if you were to look very close, you would recognize it as the Gambler's Blade.
One of the guards kind of looks around.
Bertrand's sword.
Is this part of your ensemble? Weaponry is not allowed, aside from approved guards of...
I'm so sorry, this is not weaponry. I'd like to introduce you to Tophanus. It's been in my family for 17 generations. Merely an ornamental blade.
Make a deception check.
Come on.
Come on, your guard.
Ooh, 16.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
16.
Went to bed.
Very well. Keep it sheathed at all times. If it is ever seen removed from the scabbard, it will be confiscated and you will be interrogated.
Honestly, I don't even know if it comes out of this thing. Thank you.
Only approved duels and approved provided weaponry within the grounds.
Of course.
You could actually challenge people to duels
you,
here.
Doesn't seem to take much notice. Takes the edge of what looks to be a long, like a prodding stick, essentially, that they're using to go ahead and move bits of clothing to the side, and lifts the shield up underneath from the back, just kind of glancing to see what's on your back, but you said it's hidden within the shield?
No, it's on the inside of my thigh in my underwears.
Oh, guys, you did not put it in the shield. That's
Next
you missed
to
that
his
last
little
time.
beans.
Yeah, checked underneath there.
Sup, Tank? Ranks and
apart. Glances around. Very well.
I have my hands tucked inside of my big bell sleeves that you described, so you can't see any of my electrical markings. And I've got no weapons on me.
Casters are better for this.
And then sickle in the carriage.
Alrighty.
That's my whip. That's what I have on me. That's visible.
Gives a nod to the other guard, gives a nod to the clerk. They step aside, and you begin to step in towards the entryway. Behind you, the other troop, Estros, goes ahead and gives a nod, presents his name, and hands over a piece of paper to the clerk. Yes, of course, Mr. Estros. Marked here, very well. And these are yours.
These are my personal guards for the event. You know I despise these events.
Of course, sir. Very well. And an automaton.
I will get the master drinks.
It was a gift from a friend. I'm still getting used to his presence.
Very well. An uncommon sight at these events, but...
Red or white, master?
No, we're not at the event. Automaton. My apologies. He's a strange one.
Or rosé.
Looks over at Ashton. Right, very well. Enjoy the evening. Next, calls over Estros. Kind of folds his cloak, heads over to the two guards who begin to do an inspection around. So, what is on each of you?
The bull was on parade.
Yes.
So, you have on yourself, aside from your silver dress,
My silver dress, no sleeves. I've got my breastplate, my little harness on it underneath, and nothing but me, baby.
All right.
I emptied the butt cheeks. Might need to move.
Yeah, to be fair,
Okay,
his
you do
weapon, his
a jig for the
belt
guards,
is
stay-
going to be
No, be
full
thorough.
form.
Be thorough.
glances over at you, Rodney.
I've just got my big billowy chocolate silky gown with my fox fur.
I did not. I'm just having. I got hands and no backpack. I left it behind. So.
Alrighty.
I left everything behind, and I am just going to fucking skeleton anyone comes anywhere near touching any of my shit.
I give a nod after glancing over at Esteros, who holds his walking stick and kind of leans on it like he needs it.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
You would have put. You wouldn't
Keep
part
him
of man.
safe, he says to the guards. As he kind of Willy Wonka face
Dad, you'd be proud
moves
of
his way
this.
past them.
You would be proud
Now,
of
the
this.
first troop, as you approach, there is the voice of the party, essentially, the announcer, who sits there at the ready. As you begin to head across the blue carpet, the soft music in the interior chamber begins to swell a bit.
Yep.
The
I
sun
knew
now
it can't
has
be
come
the
to
only
a
one
set,
to think about.
and the night begins to carry you into the event. You see a halfling with a very barrel chest in a similar outfit as the clerk that took your weapons or checked you in at the beginning and took any sort of necessary elements. Turns to you. You can see what looks to be a pointed bit of chin facial hair. Very, very slickly, kind of palmated, short, almost like a bouffant in the front, that is pushed into a wave and then slicked back at that point. Spins around. How would you like to be announced?
And I'm gonna look over to Imogen, and can I make a psychic connection?
Yep, I've got it.
Did we ever decide on a name?
Tell me your exact title and I'll give it to him.
My exact title?
Yes, you're going as yourself.
It is my literal middle name. I'm the second son. I don't have a official title.
Bronte.
Yes?
Of.
The Silken Squall. Are we not going to use the cool name?
Bronte, second son of the Silken Squall. And part
Entering Bronte, second son of the Silken Squall.
And you can see, as you begin to walk in, about a dozen or so other individuals that are kind of on the closer end of this massive chamber kind of turn around and give a look, and
I'm gonna take Fern and present her to the room and spin her around for all to see.
I'll do a beautiful curtsy. It's been a while since I've been in court.
You never would notice.
I'm going to stand very sternly behind him like this.
And Orem will always be 3 or 4 feet ahead as a 3'3" security detail.
Okay. The next team falls in from behind.
You hear in your fucking head.
I knew you were mad. I knew it.
It's a fact.
And how would you like to be introduced? Lord Erix Esteros. And leave it at that. Lord Erix Esteros!
Gives a bow. A number of faces turn. In fact, a lot of figures kind of shift over with a look of what on their face. There's some clapping, but mostly like a confusion, surprise.
across some of the crowd.
Do we clock?
Who is that?
Do we clock anything that looks nervous or afraid?
Make an insight check.
Can I do a scan as well?
You may.
16.
16, okay.
22.
22. Nothing that immediately catches you as nervous. If anything, everyone, and you both kind of clock this, just seem genuinely surprised to see him here. And that immediately makes you think of, one, your first meetings with him, how he lives, and previous times that he's mentioned he generally keeps to himself and booby traps his abode. You get the sense that his appearance here was not expected and is a very, very rare sight in a public celebration.
As an add-on, it wasn't the entire room that turned and looked, but a good portion of the people that were closest to the Barker room.
Yeah, I'd say probably the nearest 40 or so people that were kind of even close enough to be not engrossed in other conversations through the party yet, all kind of just turned and looked and all kind of went about their business. There's a few whispers and a few people like tugging sleeves and kind of, leading attention over in that direction. You can already see within that short time the whisper network in this room at work.
About how many? Who the fuck are you?
Apparently, an unexpected guest.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like
you guys stepping in immediately clock them arriving afterward. Now you keep a distance, you can make eye contact and engage. You're still generally close enough to each other to where you are a unit at the moment. Looking throughout the room, it is beautiful. Indeed, you count 8 different chandeliers that are hung at different heights and themselves at different sizes that are lit with some sort of network of arcane glowing lights and baubles, like flames that flicker ever so gently and shift up and down, giving like a gentle underwater sensation when you look up into the starlit sky beyond the bits of colored glass that loom overhead. You can see there are little walkways that head across and stretch across different portions of the dome that lead to secondary floors at the far edges of each point. Every now and then you can see one individual kind of walking by, keeping an eye, looking down, various wardens and guards, just keeping things safe, keeping an eye on things. There are all manner of tables and chairs. There's an open kind of, looks like a dance or social space in the very center of the dome. You can see there are 2 massive bars set off to each side of the arrangement. There's a stage with what looks to be a band, some sort of a group of musicians that are setting up. There is music present, but it is sourceless. And you kind of gather as you turn around and move, it's actually slightly shifting with the light of the central chandelier. It seems to be magically emanating the music presently there. But
It's got a sync box. That's great.
But there is a group of musicians that are setting up on a far end stage. There is sound of laughter and woman goes, yes?
Yeah. What's the weather like?
Glancing around, you see two familiar faces immediately, a bit into the chamber.
Here it comes.
You see, currently engaged in a conversation on the opposite end, Gineng Elalumas is present with Oshad. Oshad is present, and while dressed nice, is also wearing a breastplate and is also holding a heavy cane in a very similar kind of reflection of Eshtaros. They haven't noticed your presence, but they are present for the event.
Okay, he's packing.
Kind of scanning the horizon a bit, you catch at the event.
Yeah.
Gianna Hexam is present, a little further into the room. And as soon as your eyes glance over, she's in the middle of conversation, meets your gaze, gives like a nod of, really? And continues the conversation that she's currently in. Those are the immediate individuals that catch your eye amongst the room.
In addition to all these things we're tracking, I think Orem is scanning the room too for anyone who might be eyeballing Dorian, just because of the way Artana Vo sized him up and for looking similar. So he's just on the lookout for anyone who might be thinking of bagging a score.
Certainly. All right. Make a perception check for me.
This is why I brought the shield. That's real good. That's a 24.
24. Okay. Okay. So we'll say that is your scanning perception as you continue to walk through the event, and we'll keep that in mind as you go.
Can I be on the lookout for a tall dwarf?
You can make a perception check yourself.
9. This mask is kind of covering my...
It does, yeah. It's a little small for your face. You're only catching the edges of
Because
the
I
eye
rolled it
holes.
so low on my dex when I
Yeah.
was making it.
It's already giving you a headache a little bit. You're like, this is a bad idea.
On the bridge of the nose.
I should have taken one of Estroz's. I knew it.
And it's a little overwhelming. You've never ever been present to an event like this before.
How many people generally is this?
Between the servants that are present, the guests that are present, and there are already people that are still arriving past since you did, the room already sits at about 150 people.
They invited 200 knowing that 50 wouldn't come.
Extra goodie bags.
In the interim, what would you like to do?
Well, Lord Estros, should we mingle? Do you think it's time to mingle, or is cocktail hour more of just like a low-key affair, or is?
I wish I could tell you with certainty. I'm myself a bit out of my depth. But a drink sounds lovely. Perhaps a cocktail hour is necessary.
I will go fetch you one, Master.
Thank you kindly, automaton.
All right, I'm just.
And does it look like it's a standing event, or are there like tables and chairs to the fringe of the room?
There are tables and chairs, but they're on the fringe. The social space, everyone is standing.
In the middle.
Yes. And it is that seems to be kind of the central focus of the congregation.
One bar, 2 bars, several?
There are 2 large bars on opposite ends of the room.
Food. Oh, Jesus, this guy.
Food is important.
I'm trying to build a map. I'm building a map.
No, fair enough. At the tables that line the exterior, you can see there are a number of kind of hors d'oeuvre arrangements there that are ready for the grabbing, and there are servants walking around with trays that are essentially serving and presenting them to various individuals that have come to the event should they require.
Okay.
Kind of food.
There are all manner.
How many different past hors d'oeuvres are there?
There are imported smoked cheeses. There are vegan options if that's what you're looking for. There are all manner of. What are you looking for?
Just kidding.
Because they probably have some of it there.
I was mostly curious if there was anywhere that had tableware just in case, because I'm trying to map if I want to grab anything that's
like a
stabby.
knife or something?
Yeah, if they were like carving meat or something, I just would like to.
Yes, there is actually.
Okay, so there's a sharp thing over there. Good to know.
There is. Currently being held by somebody who, it's like
they're holding it for me.
Yeah, it's an upscale portion of what you find on like a cruise buffet. Where the person is just kind of standing there the whole party with a knife and a big fork, just kind of waiting for someone to come by.
What do you want?
I'm gonna scoot my way. Across to one of the far bar.
Really?
Okay.
To order some cocktails. As I scoot, I'm going to cast Detect Magic and just do a scan as I go.
You cast Detect Magic, and you are nearly blinded.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
An unexpected arrangement of glowing sources across so many of the guests here. There are all manner of protective jewelry and bracelets and rings and amulets and earrings.
And glamour magic.
It is just, not only are people here showing off what they've acquired over the years for the purposes of looking visibly powerful and interesting, but a lot of it seems to have some sort of function as well.
Okay.
So you get that sense.
But nothing stands out as being. I can just see glows, right? I can't see outlines
Aaron's
or
gonna be
anything.
busy with a pit.
It's just magical
just
glows
getting
everywhere.
that
Magical glows
trait.
everywhere. If you're looking for something in particular, I can specify, but I'm not going to sit here and describe the individual pieces of jewelry.
If I see anyone particularly interesting, maybe I'll zoom in on that. But for now, I'll just generally keep an eye.
All right.
So lead over, sorry, to Orim really fast. Actually, I'm not going to lean. I don't need to lean. I'm gonna tilt my head towards Orem, and you're gonna hear, it's been a while. Since since I've been around. It's been never since I've been around a growl quite this large. So,
What do you need?
nothing. Just if things go south with me, just help me get out.
I've done that a lot.
All right.
Done deal.
Can I look around for a tall dwarf as well?
You may.
Okay.
Dwarf?
Tall, dark, and handsome
Our
dwarf.
mom is a dwarf.
What
Can't.
the hell? How does it do that?
What is that? That's a 10.
An 8?
No, it's a what? What is that?
I don't know what that is. It's a 10. No, that's a 10. No? Or is it an 8? Or is it a 3? Or is it a 6?
That's a lowercase a.
That's a 10. Look, it's
Should
a
I-
10.
It's a 10? Okay.
Oh,
So that would
good
be...
Lord.
I'm gonna sorry. Ashley, these two shapes are exactly the same.
Okay, should I just do another roll?
Yeah, that's a 10 right there. So that wasn't a 10. That
All
you
those
rolled.
numbers you
Hey, you
named
might have to retire
don't
that.
look the same.
This feels like a Sesame Street
Maybe
ad.
an
Is it a 3?
it's an 8.
Is it an 8?
I think
Kind
it's
of.
an
Roll another dice, Ashley.
Yeah.
Roll one of the ones that has numbers on it.
Okay. Natural 1.
That.
There we go.
Bummer.
Currently, nobody who has been looking deeply between the two of you, especially the two different groups, has found anyone that resembles Armand.
We got masks on. Things are hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It
It's
is.
very hard.
You do hear another introduction that catches your attention, as well as a few other people in the room. You hear the same voice kind of billow out from the entranceway. General Ratanish of the Paragon's Call. And you glance over and you walk. You watch as 5 individuals walk in.
Oh,
and it's. You thought you could have looked pretty rough and tumble. But there is a distinctly kind of, like somebody tried to dress up a group of Mad Max extras. You see a very tough-looking group of ruffians that come walking in, and they are wearing very, very used, like leather braces and dirty pants, but each of them has what looks to be like a shirt that's gone over it, and that's about all the effort that was put into it.
Picturing Vox Machina versus Mighty Nine walking in here.
Yeah, more or less.
It's the Thunderdome
Yeah.
Winter formal right now.
Yeah. There looks like there is some effort to dress up to a certain degree, but all of it across the board looks to be an afterthought, like the bare minimum done to say that they dressed up. But they kind of waltz in wearing all manner of patchwork hide armor, leathers, definitely do not belong. And you thought some whispers went through the room when Estros came in. The chamber becomes abuzz with conversation and attention.
Is there anyone in the audience that looks like pleased that they're there? Like, yeah, them's my boys.
Make a perception check.
General Atonish.
Them's my boy.
My boys. Oy, yucky. This ball sucks. It's 8.
8. It's hard to tell. You know, the whispers are kind of hushed, and it seems to be, from what you can gather, just out of an interest of this display in such a formal upper crust event.
Those ruffians.
But
I say to add to the chatter.
Walla, walla, walla.
Well done. Piece of carrots. But the General Watanish, who is being introduced, you see is like a very tall male half-giant, a Goliath in his 40s. Broad shoulders, but definitely like bows with an exaggerated flourish at their introduction. Yes. The most of the hair is gone except for this like deep red and gray long hair in the back that's braided into this long braid that finishes with like a metallic iron ring right around where the waist is, and just kind of swings as he walks forward. Yeah.
I know.
You can
So they're definitely armed, it feels like.
You don't see any weapons on them at first glance. They're just definitely showing their attire, which does look to be possibly serviceable and has served many a physical encounter based on the gashes, scars, and chips across the metal and leathers. But they're not making any interest in talking yet and go straight for the bar.
Aaron,
Yeah.
should we kind of shuffle into the crowd, just listen to the whispers, see if we pick anything up?
Sure. This is a lot. Yeah, okay.
It is.
Yep, all right.
All right.
Just get in. I wanna kind of get in a group so that as people come in, I can like maybe hear some of the whispers.
Okay. You catch a couple of elements, but kind of keeping the same perception check. Since it's been pretty quickly after that scenario. But you pick up some elements. Some whispers seem to be about they'll let anyone of these kind of events these days. And some notes being like, oh, interesting. Hellcatch Valley has representatives now. Wonderful. Some individuals like, do you think they're up to something? I don't know. You think they're here to kill someone? Someone gonna die tonight? Someone's just like, well, I certainly hope so. I'm bored out of my mind. But it kind of sits in that similar space. It's more about just questioning their appearance, questioning their background, and I don't know, kind of an air of excitement that it's changed things a bit as well. Around this time, you said you've retrieved some drinks?
I went and ordered a couple of cocktails. I was not told what kind of cocktails to get, so I'll just ask the bartender, you know, is there a standard drink, or like is there a house special, or just what do you? I don't really care. I just want to.
Wine.
I was told to get a cocktail, too. Actually, is there anything harder than that?
Begins mixing a drink. Doesn't even say anything.
Great. Just looking for magic.
Bronte, should we go get a drink? No?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Let's work our way through the crowd.
Let's work our way through the crowd.
And as we're walking through the crowd, since we don't really know anybody, I want to look for, instead of a specific face, I want to look for like a circle of people that might be surrounding like the most popular person in the room. You ever go to a party and you scan and you're like, over there, something's going on over there. I want to see if
dancer in the middle.
Yeah, maybe some kind of dance circle. No, but someone who potentially might be surrounded with like sycophants and sort of onlookers, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing.
Make a perception check for me, Dory.
Perception.
I love it. Oh.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long night. That's a 5. It's the only thing we need.
Kyle, do we have any sage?
Wow, it's a different one.
You're right.
I did a different one.
You're usually good at like reading a crowd. It's something that you've spent a lot of your recent years, especially being amongst and utilizing your skill towards.
So,
but
I suspect
that's usually based in performing arts and music.
We're away from
conversationally, that's still an odd space for you to traverse, and you're having a hard time locating any sort of shift in the grouping of these attendees that marks you to a specific location, at least this point in the evening. And you do all kind of feel like you're kind of set adrift for it. The first half an hour of the party goes by, and a lot of it is just kind of trying to find your sea legs, if you will. It's a lot to the senses. It's a lot of odd stares. It's a lot of conversations happening around you that you really have no comfortable place of entry. And you can't help but feel this little sinking in the back of your mind that says, like, was this a mistake? And then you hear an announcement at the front. Lord Armand Treshy of Mahan House, Treshy. You can see a number of faces turn, some more claps and cheers from around. At the front, you see walking in 2 figures. You see a male dwarf, kind of burly in the shoulders, though kind of thin in midsection, taller than most dwarves, probably just pushing past few inches past 5 feet.
Holy
uncertain if that may be the shoes he's wearing or not, and at a glance,
those
are some
big
pretty high shoes. Definitely trying to present
for his station.
New rocks.
Yeah. You do see his dark hair is slicked directly back on the face. The facial hair is immaculately manicured. There is a big toothy smile upon the entry, and in his arm is a woman who looks to be a half-elf in her mid-20s. Young, like a wayfish-looking woman, pale, dark hair that kind of curls intensely to the point where she probably has very long hair, but it all kind of bunches up at the sides to give this almost like buoyant bush of hair around her head frame. Mini driver, there you go. She's wearing a long gray dress that just kind of her bony shoulders protrude from, and it just kind of hangs around her sides.
I really
and
thought this was
drags
going to be
behind her.
almost a good hour.
It's kind of a Tim Burton-esque look to it, if anything. But he bows. She just kind of holds her position and looks around. They both enter arm in arm, and almost immediately break off into two different parts of the party and just kind of begin to mingle.
Can you tell me again what the color of her garment or gown?
Like a medium gray with almost like a silvery sheen to it as you watch her move through the lighting.
They're similar to yours.
Like what you're wearing, but better. We match.
Yes, you match.
Who wore it better?
Can only be one.
Heroes, they're just like us.
Time to remove the competition.
So no other bodyguards at all. He's by himself with her, and they broke off.
No bodyguards on him, looks like.
What's his dress? What's he wearing?
He's wearing what looks to be a really, really nice black Sherwani coat with gold filigree trim all throughout. It is detailed and immaculately. Very well tailored to his form with matching pants, and you can see clustered kind of platinum and gold and silver bracelets around each wrist that kind of just barely protrude from the edge of his sleeves. You can see rings across every finger and each thumb. You can see necklaces that adorn the exterior of his collar. Definitely presenting his wealth and station within the event.
That's good. That's good.
Is anybody else at the party wearing that much jewelry, or is he kind of the top of the...
No, it doesn't feel...
out of place?
Comparatively out of place. Some people more than others, but this is an event where people go all out. And there definitely seems to be, at least in this chamber and in these social circles, a bit of a contest. A subtle, quiet peacocking, if you will, of wealth amongst some of the nobles.
Not sure cocking.
Not sure cocking.
Not sure cocking.
That's exactly where my brain went.
No, that's a few more drinks and midnight hits. It's a whole different party.
Just as F.C.G. is at the bar and the other twos are wandering, I'm just going to give Lord Esteros a little bit of space, like 10, 15 feet, and act like I'm checking out other people, but just give him a radius so I can see who might be checking him out.
All right. No worries. Make a perception check.
14.
14. You watch as most folks are kind of just keeping almost like a curious distance from Esteros, though folks are keeping, they're clocking him, but no one seems to be interested in approaching, or at least has a reason to at the moment. You do see one male goblin in what would be probably his 50s or so, wearing long white and bronze-colored trimmed robes, with what looks to be some sort of a mantle that ties over in the front and goes into these long tassels that drag to the ground. It's like a light olive skin with these spectacles over his eyes, the ears that point out to the sides, and a soft smile on his face, and kind of like adjusts the glasses and looks up at Lord Esteros from about 30 feet away and begins stepping across the floor in his direction, and a few people kind of step out of the way. Approaches Esteros.
I'm sorry to impose. It is good to see someone else who is as comfortable in this space as I am. What is your name, if I might ask? And
Lord Esteros kind of uncrosses his arms a bit.
Eric's Esteros, and you are...
Oh, I am Headmaster Agrees Alakritos. I work along with the Regents of Allsight in Ankarel. I was invited to this event, and I just hate it. I hate this whole thing. I regret coming, and it does good to see that I'm not the only one. As it kind of looks over the rest of the troops surrounding him.
I already love this character.
G-R-Y-Z. Alacritas.
I think Astaros just made a friend.
And what did he say he was?
The headmaster agrees Alacritos.
If nothing goes to completely shit and you can all go just leave
Allegiance.
Say peaceful and stuff.
Of all sides.
Astaros, invite him over later for a drink.
Interesting.
Lord Astaros kind of gives a chuckle. You are quite astute in your observation. This is a pomp and circumstance that I avoid like the plague.
But you find yourself here anyway. Well, you will endure, I guess, at least with some semblance of commiseration.
Takes his glasses off and kind of cleans them a bit off one of the insides of the robe.
I'm sorry if I'm interrupting anything.
I make my way over.
Sorry, your first time at one of these events?
Yes, this is more of my friend's deal, but I was invited.
Friend?
Here I am, and this will be the last time I do this.
A strange collection of individuals. And who did you come with?
A friend of mine is member of the Mahon houses here, Ajit Dayal. House Dayal here in the city. Very good man, man. Much better at these than I am. And I think you'll understand if I leave early.
Oh, no, I have the same feeling. I think we're just, making an appearance, keeping up appearances.
That's for you. He's part of the Gorgonai.
Oh!
Yeah.
Don't hear it if you're supposed to be listening.
Ajit Dial. Yeah. Oh, shit, fuck. Anus. Okay.
Oh,
Ajit, technically. He said Ajit, but Ajit Dial.
Ajit Dial.
I hear you. Yeah, it's quite boring. Well, my lord here is, not one for conversation, but perhaps some interesting convo will go a long way. If you don't mind keeping him company, perhaps I could entertain your friend for a bit, and then when those conversations stale, we could call it an evening.
Certainly. I know he's often about shaking hands and the like, but when he returns, I will happily introduce Lord Eshtarasi and your, what's your name?
My name is C-Pop.
And C-Pop.
C-Pop, woodworking, yes.
Where are you from?
Oh, Uthadern by way of Drusar. I have franchises.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right, well.
Boutique things. You're not in the market for any excellent, wood feature pieces in your headmaster, you said.
Yes, I myself might not be, but I have compatriots in Ankarel. Perhaps there's some interest there.
Ankarel, yes. My pieces are very highly sought after. I'll give you a business card later. Just remember C-Pop.
I will. Thank you, CC Pop. The pleasure is mine.
Oh, I hope we meet this character again, and he's like...
Meanwhile...
Can I ask, Orem is keeping one eye on Armand's lady companion.
Mm-hmm.
Does she seem to be legitimately mingling, or is she acting casual?
Keeping with your perception check from earlier, she is avoiding the room. You watch as Armand kind of begins to introduce himself, begins to say hello to individuals that he recognizes, shaking hands, hugs, laughter, boisterous, catching up. This definitely an individual that thrives in this space. She kind of becomes makes herself smaller. Kind of once they broke off, kind of shuffles off out of the main social space, goes and gets a glass of wine, and just kind of stands off to the side and just kind of sips it a bit.
And is she legitimately wallflowering it, or does she look like she's watching the room?
Looks like she's watching the room. And wallflowering it. I mean, she's at a distance, but it could be either or both.
Alrighty.
She would have definitely been the one I clocked to. I need a drink. Where did Grass go?
I come back with the cocktails. Here you go. Hey, everybody's magic here. There's all kinds of magic things everywhere.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I took a second.
Don't tell Fern.
It's not very helpful, but just so you know,
He's gonna want to swipe
even if
a lot of
someone's not
things.
armed, they might have, magic.
Why don't you actually?
An autonomously talking automaton.
Well, smiley day to you. How are you, sir?
Well, I am quite intrigued, actually.
Oh.
Sorry,
I got a feeling this may be a new
It's all
hour.
right. You can give me a once over and look me over if
you
like.
don't mind.
I'll just do a little 360.
Who is your creator?
Oh, she's dead.
I'm sorry.
Her name was Dancer. Do you want to know the backstory?
I would very much be interested.
Well, I have to get my friends here another drink, I think. So I might do
What's
another.
your name? Hello?
This is Headmaster. No, I got it. Grizz Alactorus.
The pleasure to make both of your acquaintance.
Hello, yes.
Yes.
What do you teach?
Doing the fat with Grizz, eh?
I don't teach necessarily. I oversee research.
Of what kind?
Of ancient histories and ruins.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
Might
That could be useful.
And are you local? Do you
I am
live
not.
here?
I am based out of Ankarel within the Rumadam Desert to the east of here.
Well, it's interesting. We were actually just contemplating taking a little trip to the Heartmoor.
I'm not terribly familiar with the Heartmoor. I know of it, but I've not visited there. This is one of the first times I've been to the Oderan Wilds.
Really?
Yes.
What do you know about the Heartmoor, if anything?
I know that it supposedly has some unique properties to its local growth. It's a very swampy land, and I know that a number of compatriots of mine in the past have paid top dollar for some of the imported goods that have been farmed there. A number of the tubers and strange undergrowth seem to have interest in alchemical circles. None that I've encountered in my experience, but that's about as much as I can recall off the top of my head.
Okay.
Not one of my specialities. I apologize.
The ear kind of twitches a bit, and he kind of gets a little, nervously apologetic.
What else can he help us with? Anything?
Yeah, me and another compatriot, we were new studies at the Starlight Academy. I've heard you have connections there in Onkarel.
Oh, from the conservatory? Well, we have mutual exchanges between different studies there, yes.
Perhaps we can collaborate.
Perhaps, certainly. What is your specialty there? What is your...
Oh, primarily the study of celestial beings, the stars, and weird-ass dreams. Creepy dreams. Do you know anything about weird dreams?
Yes, actually.
Really?
He leans in close.
We're all doing it.
One time where
Oh, fuck, he's gonna tell me what
I was...
Did this to yourself.
I was a mango, but it was me. I wasn't inside of a mango.
We all listened.
And I began to understand, what the perspective of life was.
I may call them the Doors, but not you.
And while it seems so
Or the
simple, the
Trolls
philosophy of it all told me that all living beings, all living creatures like
Trolls
Xandria are connected in a unique way.
I'm popping in here. So how does a mango perceive time at that point? I mean, are you just moving?
See, that's what's so odd about it. While I was a mango, I still retained the life experiences that I had as a goblin, and as such, I could perceive time passing, and I couldn't necessarily move until someone plucked me from my space. And it began to dine upon me, and it didn't hurt. If anything, I was a bit sad to lose my form, but I understood it was part of the cycle.
For when they devoured me, I also became part of them.
You die in your dream, you die in real life.
This is so similar to some shit that yeah.
I'm gonna get another round. Can I get you anything, Headmaster?
Oh, I don't drink, thank you, though.
All right.
Actually, if you could, there's a woman standing in the corner over there. Just see if you can get close enough to clock if she's shiny, glowing, anything on her that might be.
I don't know if my thing is still up. My detect magic. You said we were here for like an hour.
How long was that
so.
dream? Yeah.
We were here about half an hour. Take my last for about 10 minutes.
10
right?
minutes.
Oh,
I'd say it's probably faded by now.
All right, never mind then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do another scan just for other stuff. So there's
Okay, there's a couple people worth paying attention to, and she's making me a little nervous.
Okay. I will leave the group. This time, making a wide arc around the room, going back to get another drink. This time, casting Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
Detect evil and good.
Oh, bitch, that's good.
These are all the fun ones.
The room glows dark purple.
Celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay. All right, that'll last for 10 minutes as you concentrate. All right.
Shall we? Yeah.
Is he picking
As
anything
you're
up?
doing that, and the other conversations are happening, a tall man in his 60s begins to approach you, Dorian. You can see him. He's heavy set with almost like a bullfrog neck, I would say. Most of his hair is thinned away, and wears clothing that is not of Marquette necessarily, but definitely wears jewelry that is of Marquesian design. Approaches and kind of extends his hand.
I'm sorry, I just, Oh,
hello.
I have not seen you around before. I'm wanting to make your acquaintance.
Hello, how are you? Bronte, very nice to meet you.
Bronte. I'm Lord Preston Drodelon.
Oh, wow. Preston Drodelon.
Yes.
Well, your name precedes you.
It is quite a name, isn't it?
Yes. This is Fern Calloway.
Hello.
My accompaniment for the night. And these are my servants, Copernicus and Maud.
Copernicus and Maud.
Which one of you stand up right now? I keep clapping to stand up. It wouldn't fuck
Which one of you is Maud? I missed the part of that introduction.
That would be me,
Maud.
my lord.
A pleasure to meet you. And you, fine small Copernicus.
Sure.
Oh no!
Antithetical to all that is Vex.
And Fern Galloway. Well, the pleasure is mine.
Oh.
Takes your hand and like this little kiss and eye contact.
Oh. Very nice to meet you.
So, how might we know you? I'm new to the area, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
You're new to the area?
Yes, just...
So not from Marquette, then?
Broader than that. Surrounding areas. Nearby, though.
Well, as I said, I'm a Lord Drodelon. I'm a lord. I've been for some time.
Marquette continent.
I'm.
So you're for the area surrounding continent.
Well, a lord
Does
of.
that happen when you're born?
No. This was acquired through blood, sweat, and hard work. Making the right alliances, and I'm a self-made man, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I imagine you had to kill a lot of people to
Yeah,
get there.
that just goes to convince me that if they had ordered Thanksgiving gift, it would have been an
So I originally made my fortune in a faraway city in Isilra, and was for a time the Lord of the Quad Roads there. And after deciding that I needed a change of pace, I moved on to the city of Eos, in Shenandoah, where I currently reside. And, yes.
Is this the same guy?
I like it here.
Yes, it is quite lovely. It's we haven't been here for very long. We're just sort of passing through and exploring, part of the world.
Well, that is amazing. I'm blown away by that. You are spellbinding.
Oh, thank you so much.
This city is just so full of interesting types. I love your story. You know who? It's a long laugh. You know who I just saw walk in was Armand Tresci.
Oh, yes.
Do you know anything about him? We've heard his name bandied about, and just curious.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't.
Is this the same? But is this is this the guy Frog gave the wishes to?
24, okay.
It's hard to concentrate for a second.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it, Matt.
I've had a few conversations with Lord Tresci, and you're not from around here, you said, right?
Not really. No, not the inner city workings. I'm not familiar with. No.
He's kind of a putz, to be honest.
A putz? You think he's a putz?
He's not very approachable. He seems to be very important, self-important at least. And I hate people like that.
I understand.
It's hard to place it really, but he
I just flick a little bit of spit out of my eye.
As he's talking, I'm kind of looking around and seeing if other people's impressions of this lord and whether or not it's good or bad in social standing to be talking to him this long.
Fair enough. As you're taking that in, he goes,
He
was initially known as the black sheep of the Tresci family. So those types have to work extra hard for this station. And
you barely
I
give him a thought.
see it, obviously.
What a try-hard, am I right?
But I'm sure he has his uses. Drusar politics are so boring.
Especially for someone who's a master at it like you.
Oh, I am far from a master. I'm more of a here of just a friendly handshaker. I'm a mover, if you will.
A mover and a shaker.
Indeed.
Where did you say you were originally from?
Yeah, well, originally, I was to the continent of Isura. You may have heard of it. It's a fantastical historical city where many great people have come from, called Vasselheim.
Oh, I don't know if I'm familiar.
It's the oldest city in Exandria. It's where the gods once resided. It's where heroes were still born.
Whoa. That sounds incredible.
But I grew bored of it, so I moved on.
Oh, wow. Do you ever wish for anything more?
I do. Often.
Do they ever come true?
Occasionally. Gives you a wink.
It's him.
Like he's
It's
completely like
been
cut
him.
off any acknowledgement of Dorian.
Well,
It's effing him.
oh.
What
I'm
a
almost dry. You know this area in the bar. What's the signature drink?
Yes.
Oh, I just told them to pour me something strong.
We'll do the same.
good man, I
Yes,
guess.
for a strong fellow. I'm gonna punch him in the arm.
Ow.
Well, Preston, may I call you Preston?
You may call me Preston.
Ah, lovely. We'll see you soon. We'll circle back around.
All right, Bronte.
Correct.
As we're leaving.
Mishugana. And Fern Calloway.
Lord Pressy, we will see you around.
All right.
Before we leave, can I just lean into Lord Preston and say, for my master's sake, is there anyone here that we should be paying more attention to?
As far as
Yeah, it's whether there's a
Importance, stand-in, things you would know a lot about.
Points over, and you see there is a halfling kind of rocking this Bowie-esque androgyny who is in a lively conversation. Look to be probably in their early 40s, but aging gracefully. You can see they're wearing kind of this gold, wide-shouldered ensemble with a wide breast that folds over, and then no socks and just these simple kind of flat shoes beneath that match the same golden sparkle. Fantastic eye makeup.
that is Gavasarondo. They are the voice of the quorum, and if you looking to get anything done, they're the one to connect you.
Thank you.
good.
Of course.
look over at Imogen, make contact. Can you send a message to the other squad?
I can when I see them.
All right. Preston said that Armand is difficult to approach, so I think this is going to be more difficult than just walking up and introducing ourselves and making small talk. We're going to have to go big if we're going to get his attention.
I have an idea.
Okay?
Yeah, I have an idea.
Are you in this? Okay.
No, I'm not in your heads, but I'm just saying.
That'd be great if it was a trio event.
I'm gonna stop talking to you all because I.
Oh, yeah,
Inside,
no,
voice,
no,
inside.
we're
We're talking.
Yeah, we're
Am I in there too?
Yeah.
Okay. I have an
Oh,
idea.
what is happening?
What you get when you roll a perception
Hubbub,
check
hubbub,
off the
hubbub.
fucking
He's
scale.
doing whispers. Don't you need to do a thing?
Oh, yes. What was the sponsor? NordVPN.
Oh, no.
You know, we did them enough. Watch The Legend of Vox
This seems to be
Machina.
a very back and
1
forth
through 6
whisper.
on Amazon Prime right now. It's real good.
It's real good.
And it gets better.
Some shit happened.
Oh man, I think episode 7.
No, Sam.
No spoilers.
No, don't
Are
say
you
it.
Don't. It's real good.
That cliffhanger at the end of 6, though.
What did you have in mind?
I don't have anything in mind, but I
Don't
just
know what
it's not
I
going
need
be
to
as
do my
simple as
reactions
simply
to this.
introducing ourselves.
Start watching, do my
cut
reactions.
off. He's going to be tough to.
Maybe if we can find somebody of importance that can introduce us.
I know it starts off very different because this thing,
Any ideas?
Tiberius was never in Vox Machina, and they were like, it's like,
see him
I
from
think
where
it's
we're
supposed to be, it's supposed to like start out arc.
Gavis, yeah, you.
But in this case, they're
it's hard
not like
to.
big heroes.
And
big
while you
heroes
didn't
get
notice it
stuff.
earlier, but the more people have arrived, the social cliques are beginning to emerge. You can see the evening starting to comfortably step into business talk and connections and more overt handshakes. But at all times, there is definitely a small audience surrounding this Gavis individual that you've been pointed towards.
He seems friendly enough.
I don't know. I mean, he might be difficult too.
Yes, like
It's a good idea.
He's no longer.
Turn towards these three who I think are just thinking at each other.
It was a small conversation because I can't talk to two people.
My lord, if I may.
I just literally. The message gets deleted.
Your brother is here. Oh.
Check your 3 o'clock.
Why would he do that? That is the stupidest fucking
He's
thing.
a real dumb guy.
He's so dumb.
Real dumb.
You glance over,
Such a himbo.
and as you see, the pale woman that entered with Armand, that splintered off and kind of became this wallflower off to the side, has now been joined by another man that is wearing kind of like an ivory suit, really well tailored. Looks like it may be a bit small for his frame. Mask up and hair pulled back, but definitely both in form, physique, and presence reminds you of your brother.
But masked.
Yes.
Thank you.
Should
I go talk to him?
What? The shoot. What the shoot? What the shoot? What the shoot? What the shoot?
Let's complete the mission before you do that.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Okay, just go with me on this for like 2 seconds. Armand seems to
What's
be
his name?
somebody
Iris?
who likes a presentation. Do you happen to know
Yes, sir.
the Parley twist dance from the court dance?
When I was a teenager, maybe. No one's done that in 10 years. How old are you again?
112. Well, we used to do it at our court all the time. But listen, if we just do it, it's a beautiful dance between two people and really turn it up.
Okay.
Bring the attention to us.
Yeah.
Kind of dance by Armand.
Sure. By Armand?
And maybe he'll be like, wow, they're amazing.
The primary mission is to get the ring.
You both are very attractive. That could work.
Should we do it by Armand or by Gavis? Who would be more likely to appreciate it?
I feel like Gavis would appreciate it based on their appearance.
Well, if we do a good job.
Okay. Dance of seduction?
Maybe yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a tango.
You have to walk.
I don't know if you've heard of tango.
While we walk, you have to walk me through the steps again. It's been a while.
About this time, the musicians are set on the stage, but still holding. And people in the crowd begin to shift a bit, and you can hear the movement of almost like chairs or heavy objects of some kind, and you can see there are a number of the servants of the event are now pushing a small set of stairs towards the center. And you hear the hitting of glass, ting, 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 ringing throughout the chamber. Everyone begins to kind of glance over and gather a bit. These stairs are placed in the center, and Gavis goes and takes their cloak and throws it over their shoulder, steps up to the top, and is now tall enough to look over the entire crowd and then some, holding a glass of what looks to be some sort of a wine or light champagne in one hand. And look amongst the crowd and go, "Friends, all of you, thank you for attending tonight. It is really a wonderful sight to see all of your faces here this eve." Puts the drink out and kind of spins around. Everyone kind of raises their glasses in acknowledgement. Now, we are here to celebrate the union of friendship, of guild, Mahon House, and a unified future for Drusar. And I see many faces here that have proven that we have the strength to continue to show the rest of Marquette that we mean business, and business well. There's some clapping. I'm proud of you all for keeping us strong.
Less than a half hour.
Keeping us working well with our allies abroad and nearby. And maintaining the prosperity of open shipping and sky trade roads across all of Exandria. Along with our allies in Ankarel, and kind of looks out to some of the crowd, towards some folk. A couple of clapping there. And I want to ask you to join me in your goodwill throughout the evening for our friends across the mountains and seas and beyond. Whether it be with a nod or it be pleased, I want you to drink in their health and honor for the night. And by keeping peoples of this region safe, secure, and profitable. And you hear a voice off on the side go, "Safe! What are the attacks? What is the Quorum's plan to bolster the wardens?" Immediately, it's going around. It's like, of course. Well, society always has its curious challenges, but everything is being handled, and handled rightly. Another voice goes, "That's all I'm hearing in the streets. There's concern. There's rumors. Worry. What are you doing about it? What's the Quorum doing about it?"
Yeah, what are you doing about it?
Whispers go a bit. It is being considered. Much is being considered. And if you are concerned, indeed, you are welcome to speak with me, and as such, the Quorum in private. But for now, and you can see, like, the crowd kind of shifts a bit, and General Ratanish kind of steps a little bit closer in the crowd and kind of crosses his arms and kind of looms large with his crew in the center of this group, looking up right towards Gavis, who kind of... "A toast to the glory of our city, to the Five Spires, and to all of you who keep it alive." Everyone cheers, drinks, and then the music begins from the band. It is a beautiful arrangement of strings and percussion, and the center of this, you see a young female Qatari, like a thin lioness look with a heavy fur collar of a much darker color that doesn't look like it's part of her actual fur, but a coat she's wearing. And she's holding a lute-like instrument called a rubab that is this beautiful long neck with metallic instruments and hanging decor on it, and it just has a very wonderful, unique sound as she plucks and strums at it that mingles with the music. And while the music had been kind of atmospheric at this point, it is now a beautiful arrangement that, amongst the chaos of that, it almost serves as an immediate distraction. And that tension that began to build there seems to set away as folks begin to pay attention to the music and continue the conversations they had going previously. So, what would you like to do?
Where is Rotanish heading?
He's up at the front, right?
He's up the front.
Up at the front, yeah. The stairs are being pulled back now, and you can see Gavis. They've stepped down a bit, and...
I'm gonna keep eyes on Rotanish.
Okay.
Can I see F.C.G. in the crowd?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna talk to him. I think Dorian and Fern are about to do something flashy, so you might want to give him a bump if you can.
I can think this, right? Yeah. I'll be right over. I'm just picking up some drinks and I'll head over there. Can I get you anything?
Oh no, I'm abstaining tonight. Thank you so
because
much.
you're the service. Yeah.
As you are passing the crowd, with your passive perception, which is pretty solid, Fresh Grass, you're the one who's doing the most groundwork throughout the crowd here. You hear a couple of odd conversations that pass your ears. Somebody mentions, like, apparently the Stratos throne turned down the invitation. Strange, high and mighty bumpkins. You hear somebody else say, no, it was a burglary. What, a burglary? It was a burglary. The tower was fallen to cover the tracks. That's apparently. That's what I heard, at least. But you eventually come back around to where the rest of your group is.
Did I detect any evil or good?
You detected nothing in the realm of aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, or fiends. So no. Or undead.
Or undead.
Or undead, sorry.
I thought you were notoriously leaving it out.
Except for our own party.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely pick up Laudna in that. Legitimately, like, Laudna's a beacon in that, and that worries you. If anybody else can do the same.
That's true. Okay, have you done that and seen that yet?
That's the first time I cast that spell, but it's horrifying.
Laudna definitely is giving off this kind of dark necromantic
detect
aura
yourself?
and reads to you as
Make
undead.
sure you're not fully.
Just as I'm off on as I'm off on my own, you just see me like peek under my dress to Pate, and I just pet him a little bit, just not thinking anybody's watching.
Lord Eric's Esteros did not give off any of those. Okay, good. Good to know. But yeah, I'll head towards the Dorian group.
All right.
Is Armand's date still hanging in the corner?
Armand's date is no longer there.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
If you want to make a perception check,
Feel like
to see if you can find her amongst the crowd.
We're closing on a break, and Matt is addicted to cliffhangers.
20?
Well, not addicted.
20?
Apparently, anxiety pays off. All right.
There you go. So as the crowd begins to
Yeah, I
not
got
disperse,
to
but
isolate
settle
somehow.
into a social ring around this center of the chamber, you can glance over and see where she was, no longer there, kind of moved on towards the back where two of the double major exit doors are into the rest of the Chande Quorum chambers of the event are. She's sitting down in a chair and is still kind of holding the singular glass.
Alone or with company?
Alone.
What's the energy? Bored, scanning the crowd. I'm trying to figure out if.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, she's giving off the security vibe. Oh, that's even funnier. All right. Love these.
No.
21.
Oh. Why'd you that
Because I rolled a natural 20 on a thing that I should not be able to do, but apparently I don't know what's happening. These are where all my good rolls are going.
Now, you pick up on this because it's an energy you're very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
This is someone who is waiting for a cue.
Uh-oh.
That's what I
20 minutes left, and they're definitely ripping up something.
She's posted up by the doors that lead to the rest of the quorum quarters, away from the rest of the group, right?
Next
by
half
herself.
might be
By herself.
combat.
Hey, Lord, we might have a problem.
In what way?
Armand's friend has given me a feeling like...
Among his friends?
I came in with someone and she's over in the back right now giving off the waiting for
He glances over and goes, that is Lady Imoth-Cad. She's an apprentice in the Gold Guild of the Treshies. She's assigned by her house, I think, as an extended alliance of his lower family house, not of strong station.
Well, why is she nervous and why is she waiting for something to clearly go the fuck down?
Do you think that they might try to stage an attack? Keep in theme?
I don't know, she's making me really fucking nervous.
Let's go and settle her. Start up a combo.
Does F.C.G know? I forgot what level this is. I don't
your lead.
do not know
conversation.
but
Kind of interested in going.
does he zone of
to this
General
General Tarnish. Maybe you go talk to the creepy girl. I can talk to him.
All right.
I
I'll
may.
keep an eye on.
All right. I'm going to check in with you in your heads.
Cool.
All right. Who all's heading towards Lady Imoth? All right. So you go ahead and begin to strike a brisk walk through the crowd, across the chambers to essentially the back from where the entrance is.
Is there a bar on the way there?
No, it's separate on the other side. She scooted away. She's kind of started off near the bar and then now is scooted towards the far end of the chamber to where the back is. That leads into the... You wouldn't know this because you haven't been there, but it leads into more of the hallways that seem to comprise the rest of the chambers. So you carefully or overtly?
I think it's slightly somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
And I lose him as soon as he leaves because I'm at people's knees, right? Sea of bodies.
Yeah. If you're just standing still, yes. If you wanted to track somebody through the crowd, you could do it pretty well.
No, I'm standing there. That's true.
Okay. So you begin to push through, glancing over, kind of locking eyes in that direction, and you watch as she's kind of sitting, hand across the lap, holding the glass, not sipping from it, but just kind of looking through the crowd. Makes eye contact with you.
I know that look.
Who are you?
Aaron.
Make a deception check.
Yeah, this is what I'm good at. 2.
Very well, Aaron. What do you want?
Gonna lean back. I hate this. I'm fucking bored. All of these people make me nervous. And I get the feeling you feel that way too. And I just want to know how you are so relaxed about it. I want to leave. I don't like these people.
She shows you the glass that she's holding.
There is alcohol for a reason.
I have a lot of tolerance.
Then you would be happy to know that it is an open bar.
I'm also working.
Okay.
And you should get to work.
Oh, man. I'm doing it right now.
Who are you with?
Couple people, actually. I double booked. Technically true.
She looks past you towards the crowd and seems to just begin to essentially phase you out of her periphery.
I'm not even looking at her anymore, and I'm just hanging next to her, just also scanning the crowd.
She gets up and begins to walk around into the crowd a bit, but like still keeping an exterior path.
All right, I just keep an eye out.
Okay. While that's happening,
yeah,
the other half of the group, which was
Still these 4, but I'm heading their way. And they're alone, right? You're not locked in conversation with anyone fancy?
No, just us right now, but as soon as I spot you, would you look at that?
Oh, hello, stranger. Would you like a drink?
Wow, you are a sight.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Stunned.
All right, what's going on?
I think they need a boost or something. They're gonna try to do a dance.
They're doing a dance, so you need...
We don't have to do the dance. Do you think that's a good idea?
I don't know, but I would love to do the dance.
Yeah. Let's do the dance.
Sure.
We're trying to get Gavis's attention. That's the plan.
Gavis does not have the ring,
No. Or Armand's attention.
We can introduce. He can introduce
Everybody's
us.
But how are you getting the ring off? Oh my God! I wish I could drink. How are you getting the ring off of the guy?
Step one, step two. We have to meet him first.
Yeah, but he's hard to get introductions.
I understand.
Yes. He's very smooth. Like, ooh, don't talk to me.
I want to make sure that this. Hold these. I want to make sure that that this spell helps. I mean, I can.
They're empty. We drank them. They're empty.
She's holding empty
I'll just put him on the table.
All right.
Inspiration plus.
All right.
So
You
blessing.
need help with the dance first. Yes, and then possibly with a little pickety pockety later.
Potentially.
Yes. How many times can you give us?
I could do it twice. I could do it twice. First, dancing is definitely a charisma thing.
It is. It's a
The
performance
crowd
thing.
begins to part a little bit just beyond where you are, and you see as they do, Gavis Aranda approaches, kind of looking directly at you. He goes,
I'm gonna quickly, as he's walking over, I just touch them both and give them charisma.
well, it's a concentration spell.
Yeah.
On one target?
On 2 if I cast it at level 3.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so you cast level 3. You got it.
Oh,
You got it.
boy.
Okay.
Look at who actually knows how to play the game.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I'm terribly sorry. I saw you from across the room when I was speaking, and I have not quite seen a construct like this before. This is amazing workmanship. Who is responsible for the creation of
We
such...
were just wondering the same thing.
My goodness.
Isn't he incredible? Oh, Fern, by the way.
Fern, Gavis, a pleasure to meet you.
But I love your whole look.
Oh, you as well. This presentation is very,
Can I see the back?
Oh, of course. And there's like a flourish turn and a flourish turn.
I mean.
Yes, they are level 5.
Yes, we were talking about how just incredible this is.
Indeed.
I was supposed to deliver drinks to my master, but in speaking to these 2 individuals, I found myself wrapped up in their conversation.
I'm sorry, and what's your name?
Bronte. You can call me.
Bronte.
Sorry. Sometimes I.
It's all right. I have that effect on many people the first time they meet me.
He very rarely has to make introductions himself.
This is
usually
my.
presented.
I'm sorry. That is Maud's specialty. This is my servant Maud, and my bodyguard Copernicus.
Very good.
And what was your name one more time? I know you made a grand.
Oh, you are definitely not from around here. You
I'm
need
not.
to know who I am, but that's fine. Gavis Aranda, of the Aranda Guild of Beautification, responsible for keeping this fine city looking as fine as it does.
You sure do a good job.
I also speak on behalf of the quorum.
Oh.
So, let's be friends. Because you want to be friends.
I love friends.
Yes. We do love friends.
Wonderful. Could you get me a drink if you don't mind?
Of course.
Oh my God.
I do. Continuing. Something pink and flowery, please. I do accept all pronouns, so just to get that out of the way.
Oh, great. Okay.
Mimes on the
Side of my face. I walk off.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Bronte.
Well, as Fern mentioned, and you so astutely pointed out, we are new to the area, from the wilds and the surrounding area. We don't know anyone. We're like on that.
Sore thumbs. I mean, it's right on all of you.
We've just been exploring, and it's fascinating.
It's refreshing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so stale so easily. So I'm very appreciative that you would come and bring your
I wonder if I should use one of her
energy to the space.
Oh, thank you. It really is a lovely party. Is there, since we're new, is there anyone we should meet? You know, or just you?
Kind of glances around and kind of. Well,
Before you arrived, they were speaking about how beneficial the Paragon's call sounded.
Right. What? Are you? You are just an endless, interesting pit of curiosities. I have not met an automaton that could speak
speak so well, let alone exhibit personal interest in localized politics.
I have
Who
been-
is this? What joke is being played on me? Who's this? Whose automaton is this? I will pay good money. I will pay 50 gold right now if you tell me this is yours. I just want this mystery solved. I hate mysteries. I'm lying, I love them, but I will still pay.
He could just be parroting things that he hears. We don't know.
I am instructed to keep conversations going.
We have been hearing.
Those are your feet? That is, well, disappointing given the rest of your creation. But you know, like 8.5 out of 10.
Wait, so what is the Paragons call?
They're
Is that anything we should know or no?
they are a very accomplished group of soldiers.
Oh, okay.
Warriors that hail from the Hellcatch Valley. I've been working there for quite some time. While they maybe had a less than savory track record, they have been rebranding in recent years and have proven to be quite effective to those who can afford them. And their presence has grown quite a bit. There has been discussions about concerns of security in the city, and, well, we want to keep our civilians safe. But the Quorum is discussing many things at a time, and it is uncertain if this is a pressing matter. But as part of a respectful extension of these conversations, they were invited to the event, partially for their own enjoyment and partially for us to keep an eye.
It seems as if we brought down the mood. I can see the shift in your demeanor.
I appreciate you picking up on that, and please change the subject.
I apologize. You know, we just want to talk about current events since we're so
I thought
new
we would
here.
just sound smart if we talked about, politics or something.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of the evening? Is there anything you're looking forward to? Is there anything we should be looking forward to?
I think you should. The Dance of the Crossroads comes soon.
That's my favorite.
You have been part of the Dance of the Crossroads.
I have.
But you said you weren't from around here.
Well, I'm not, but I know about it, the dance. Because where I'm from, we've done a lot of those.
What's your favorite part about it?
Probably the spinning and then the jumping part that happens in like the second half.
Hold on. I don't know.
Regional differences, I suppose, yes.
Maybe.
I don't know anything about this. What kind of dance is it? Like a promenade, or is it a sort of?
It was developed as a way to force socialization. It is intended to be a dance in which partners are given short times to pair off, and then trade partners with others, and is essentially a round table forced socializing event.
It's kind of like.
Oh, I think I know this.
Have you ever gone to something
I've
where
never seen that
it's like
an
speed
episode of
dating?
Pokemon XY.
No. You sit down for
the
like
first
2
season
minutes with somebody, and then you go to the next area and you talk to other people. It's great for just getting everybody loosened up and hanging out.
Do all the lords and ladies participate?
It is not required, but those who wish to be here for professional reasons or want to make new friends, it is a nice icebreaker.
I remember something.
But we love to dance.
In the Pokemon.
So do I.
XY anime.
Maybe I'll see you then.
Someone was this close to being able to dance with that. Again, Usher's a club.
And just wanders off in the crowd. Oh my goodness, Gerald! And just like dives into another conversation.
Whoa, he was a lot.
Guess we didn't do much to get his attention.
No, and Imogen, he never got the drink, so.
Imogen is gone.
Only Maud remains.
This is her arc.
Get ready. No, I walked off and went to the side of the room and am staying as far outside of the crowd as I can for a while, just separating myself.
Very well. Very well.
Armand's still in sight?
Armand is still in sight.
Lady friend's still in her corner?
No,
Gone?
she's moved.
She's gone, and is Cyrus
She's
scoping
in the
about?
crowd somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep an eye, but I
Make another
probably
perception
lost
check. See, you're keeping an eye on a couple individuals that are
Trying to track everything.
Yeah, but trying to maybe not be followed.
That's not as good. That's 14.
14. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want you to make a perception check as well, if you don't mind, since you were following her through the crowd.
I do see you. Why did I roll a die? I can't read. 9.
Okay. Both of you lose Lady Emoth in the crowd. She is small enough and quick enough
5 minutes
when
left.
she means to that she begins to weave between conversational groups, and before long, all of a sudden, you're like, wait, what? I can't even get a beat on that dress anymore. She's lost in the crowd.
Assassin Creed.
The individual looks like Cyrus, not doing as well. Not with that natural one. Who currently is... who is currently not too far from Armand and is kind of listening in intensely on a couple of other conversations and kind of nodding along and just shaking a hand and seems to be looking through the crowd themselves or something.
Oh my
But he's close to Armand.
Yeah, about like 25 feet away, 30 feet away.
It's really interesting that your brother decided to come and be in a public space.
Yeah, great choice. Super smart.
We're gonna need to do something soon, but we need Maud.
Who's Maud?
His way. I just realized.
Oh.
He spends his he
ready to make a move?
And she's
Moved my
after
mask
her
and I'm
brother.
standing over on the hand against the wall, just breathing.
How far into the party does it feel like we are? Like, do people aren't starting to leave yet or anything?
No, the dance hasn't happened yet. You get the sense based on the energy and the conversations around that it's really kind of hitting its stride now, and you probably have another couple hours or so before the event really begins to peter off.
And Headmaster Grizz, Alactris, has not met up with Ajit Dial, right?
Ajit, no.
Ajit.
Your brother's a wild card, though. If he sees you in the middle of our operation, he could throw a wrench in things.
He might not seem the most smart. But I don't think that he would just come out of the... Oh, God, he might.
Is he in sight?
Are you in
Goes
sight?
like,
I'm about 10, 15 feet from Esrosh.
So yeah, you can see where Estros is, and Estros is kind of like a beacon to the crowd. Stands kind of, head and almost shoulders over a lot of the people nearby, and kind of being able to clock him in the crowd, you can quickly clock in the vicinity Chetney.
Right. We're gonna move soon. I'll be right back. And I scuttle off through the crowd and make my way over to Estros and Chetney.
they didn't do the thing.
How goes it on your end?
Not getting along as much as I would like. I think we gotta go fast. Come here.
Good evening.
Good evening. Come here.
Oh, okay. I'll be back. Don't.
You see that big thick guy there with the mask on white?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need him out of the picture. Can you go take him off to the side and talk his ear off?
Yeah, sure. Are you're talking about Treshy or
Cyrus.
Gavin? Which one?
I point to a blue-skinned man in a mask.
Got it.
Looking
Yeah.
around like a goober.
I'll take care of it. Do
Not
you want
like-
him out of the picture or do you want him out?
Oh my god.
No, man, just
Not as much
talking
as-
about woodwork, okay?
Okay, distraction.
Okay.
Okay,
Somewhere on the outskirts.
got it. Go now?
Yes, please.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Sir. And then I jog off looking for Imogen.
As you.
Okay. Just as you begin to jog off, and just as you separate from Eshtaros, the music, boom, 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 boom. The percussion begins to hit, and the band begins to pick up with an intent. You see the look of recognition in everyone's eyes. This is a song that apparently most individuals who have been to events like this recognize. And immediately, the crowds begin to almost like watching ice particles align in a pattern. People begin to instinctually look for a partner. And you can see individuals clasping hands, taking hands, as you assume at this point, the dance of the crossroads is about to begin. And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Oh man, I wanted it. Let's go.
We can use the break to rehearse.
Oh, okay, yes.
No,
We
this
need
is
this.
bad. This is bad.
No,
bro.
it's good.
No, Orm's got the...
No, but it's good. What if?
Oh, this is
Great.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
You guys pause this when we come back.
There's
We're
a
gonna take a
lot of
break.
shit happening.
We'll see you back here in a few minutes.
And I'll see you tomorrow. Or technically later today. This scarf really doesn't. What's this also? Whatever. Well, anyway, this is Free Elementra. I thank you for joining me, reaction, and I wish you a good fortune to the rest for the in the quest of life.